Queen Noye here, and I just wanted to hit you guys up really quick. I'm trying to see if I can complete something that I always said, that if it takes you longer than 30 minutes to cook, then you need to come out of the kitchen. So tonight I am challenging myself. Mike Tyson is coming on, and I want to see that at 8 o'clock. It is now 7:30. I am currently deboning the salmon, because I'm making these salmon croquettes for tonight. But I'm gonna get this thing popping for you guys shortly, but I wanted to give you a heads up. All right, so the challenge was to make dinner in 30 minutes and come out of the kitchen. So it is now 7:31. First thing I want to do is get my salmon prepared. So I got that here in my bowl. I'm gonna put on my trusty dusty gloves. I want y'all saying, oh, she got a nasty kitchen. She in there with her hands all out. All in that food. Y'all can eat my food. I know what I'm doing up in here. My mama taught me. Alright, now what you want to do is put a little bit on your hands. Just enough to keep it from sticking, and you add your flour and you keep kneading it until it gets to a pretty thick consistency, and then you'll start forming your patties so you can make your croquettes. Let's go ahead and move on to the stewed tomatoes and rice. Alright, YouTube, Queen Adenoye here. As I said, the challenge was to make salmon croquettes, yellow rice, stewed tomatoes, some spinach and carrots minced in garlic and lemon, and I'm trying to do all of that in 30 minutes. I'm a little behind schedule. It is currently 7:32. So let's go. First thing I want to do, I've got my salmon here already deboned out of the can. I'm going to break it down. Gonna go ahead and put a little onion in there, and then we're gonna put I like a little pickle relish. Everybody doesn't. That's the way I do it. You can do it the way you like. I just like a little extra crunch here and there. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now I like a lot of pepper. Then I want to grab my all-purpose flour and I want to work that in with 1 egg. You want to work it in until your salmon is kind of a paste, but not too thick, but thick enough to make a patty, not too soupy. If it's too soupy, add more flour. Now, the one thing that I learned being in kitchens is that once you start putting that flour in there, it's going to start getting real sticky on your hands. One thing you can do to get that off of your hands is put a little something in between you and it. My favorite thing to use is a little olive oil. Just put a little coating on your hands. That'll keep it from sticking to you, and you won't have to worry about sticky fingers and having most of your salmon on your hands. So let's show you how that works. Alright, now what you want to do is put a little bit on your hands, just enough to keep it from sticking, and you add your flour and you keep kneading it until it gets to a pretty thick consistency, and then you'll start forming your patties so you can make your croquettes. let's go ahead and move on to the stewed tomatoes and rice. All right, now what we're gonna get started on is the yellow rice and the stewed tomatoes. I've got a pot already simmering here. What I want to add is a tablespoon of butter, just to get my rice lubricated, you know, and percolating. So we'll go ahead and get that started. It's one of my favorites. Love me some yellow rice. Well, come on out the bag. You gonna get 8 today. And give that a good stir. And don't want to add anything else to it. Most of my seasoning and everything is going to come from my stewed tomatoes. Now we'll have 1 can of stewed tomatoes. Excuse me. Got a little ahead of myself. My pot got a little hot. That's what happened. So we'll go ahead and dump those there. Get those simmering and sauteing. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and generous amount of pepper. You know I like that. And just because I like sausage, I'm gonna put a little sausage in there. You know everybody like a little sausage. And a little onion. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let both of these simmer for about 15-20 minutes. By then we should be hitting our 8 o'clock mark, which is right around the corner. So I will be back with these croquette patties. All right, everybody. Now, let's go ahead and get to these croquettes. You want to make sure, as I said, that you've got enough flour in so that you've got a nice pasty ball that's going to form a nice crunch. Once you get it in your oil, you want to put it on a nice medium high. And if you don't know if your oil is ready, what you can do is a sample drop in your grease. And once you see that it starts sizzling pretty good, you're ready to go. So we will go ahead and make one nice patty, because I'm only feeding myself and one other in my mind, but that's for another day. But we will go ahead and drop that into the oil, and you want to let it stay for a good 3 to 5 minutes till you get a nice good brown, and then we'll flip it over. I saved the spinach and carrots for last, as it won't take as long, and we're simply just going to blanch it in a little bit of olive oil, give it a nice flavor with the garlic and the lemon, and let's get started. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the sauteed spinach. We're going to put in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just enough to coat the spinach, and also to sweat the garlic and onion that we're going to add to this. Just a tipful, not a lot, because I don't want to overpower the spinach. Just want to give it a little flavor. Excuse me. Then we want to add a little onion. Let that sweat out in the pan just a little bit with the oil, and then we will add the carrots and the spinach. Looks like our croquettes are just about ready to be flipped. Let's go ahead and check. The best way to figure that out is just to tip one side up. See what that color is under there? Nice and brown. And slowly, because this is hot, flip it in your pan and slide it on in there. You know, nice and easy. You know, she just want to be flipped over nice and slow. Bam. Oh, she's so brown and cute. Look, I like it. I like it. Okay. So, all right. Look at that. You see that? She's so proud and cute. Okay. All right, so we got salmon over here doing what it's going to do. We are over here sweating some garlic and some onions. Then we are going to go ahead and add maybe a cup of carrots. We'll get those reduced down. And then we'll add our spinach last. Our stewed tomatoes and sausage and onions are looking great. Let's also check out our rice. We don't want to do too much too fast over here. But yep, she is about ready to perk in a minute. And it is 7:50. I got 10 minutes. And I'm going to have this done, son. Best believe. So, I'll be back with you on a momento. Alright, now we got the carrots going. They are simmering and sauteing. We're going to take maybe a cup full of spinach and go ahead and plop it in there. Get it nice and wilted. And try and toss it around a little bit in some of the olive oil. Get a little flavor imparted in those leaves. Something nice and fresh. I didn't want to go too heavy. I got stewed tomatoes and everything over there. Here I am over here trying to be all healthy, frying up these good salmon croquettes. But it's going to get it. You heard me? It's going to get it. So on. That bastard say, get in my belly. And it's about to go down. Okay, so looks like our salmon croquettes are about ready to come out. So we're going to go ahead. It is 7:53. It's looking like a win for the girl. And let's get this presentation on the road. And I'll be back with the time. All right, everybody. I'm back. And as I said, salmon croquettes, sauteed spinach and carrots with garlic and lemon, stewed tomatoes and yellow rice with sausage. And just because I felt like it's some hush puppies, I said in 30 minutes. I promise you, I started at 7:32. It is now 7:58, and we have great salmon croquettes, yellow rice, stewed tomatoes with sausage, hush puppies, sauteed spinach with carrots, and minced garlic. And just because I feel like it, I'm going to put a little lemon on that junk, and it's about to go down. Alright, like I said, 30 minutes, made the meal, it's ready, and just to prove that I'm not playing games, it is 7:59, and there is a whole plate of food that you watched me eat. Well, you watched me cook it. Now, we're going to put a little hot sauce on that junk, and we're going to make it do what it do. So, if you want to see some more, hit me up. I promise you it's worth it, because I did it. I'm great. You're great. I love to see you again. Be intentional in all things. I love you. Queen Adenoye.